All right, welcome to the mindfulness broadcast, everyone. I have a image to share, and I, I was inspired by making my breakfast this morning. So it's not a beautiful image, and it is literally taken from my kitchen this morning while I was making some breakfast. So stick with me on this image. So what you're seeing in front of you is a blueberry, a plum, an orange that has passed its prime, an avocado, and a watermelon. And what I was just kind of thinking about mindfulness broadcast this morning as I was getting ready, and I was laying out this, beautiful breakfast spread to provide to my sleeping tweens who will wake up sometime before noon. And it had me thinking about how we mindfully move towards goals. I'm a very goal-oriented person. I would identify as that. Behind me, what you see is a vision board that I keep updated and moving towards, and I journal on. And I love setting goals, and I even started my business long ago by doing vision boards in bars with people. It's a lot of fun. And gosh, probably 15 years ago or more. But it's to me, setting goals is really how I live my life. I've got to-do lists, so I've got daily goals and then monthly goals and, bucket lists and all the things. And it's really how I plan my time and my finances and my energy. So then if I put that into the world of mindfulness, I think about it like this, like what you're seeing out in front of you. So if the watermelon represents my goal, let's say I want to retire at a certain age. I want to get to a certain health or wellness status in my body and my being and my mind. I want to move towards a certain position. Maybe I want to apply for and obtain a certain position or job goal, a relationship goal, whatever it is, right? So that watermelon represents that. And the blueberry represents where we are right now in relationship to that goal. And what often happens is we just cut out the plum and the orange and the avocado, and we just want to move from the blueberry to the watermelon, right? So I want you to just think about that in relation to your own life right now. We're here. What we think about is being this, becoming that, tasting like this, smelling like that, like what we envision, where we put our energy is obtaining that goal. And so we build this kind of pathway that we think we might be moving from the blueberry to the watermelon. And if we look up in a couple weeks time, a couple years time, and we are simply a plum, we might engage negative self-talk. We might engage thoughts around failure. We might go back to just thinking that maybe we'll just always be a blueberry, and that how silly we were to think that we would ever be the watermelon or that we would ever achieve the watermelon. And I'm hoping you're sticking with me through all these fruity metaphors this morning. So what mindfulness reminds us of is we can't get from A to Z in one leap. Usually it's very uncommon for that to happen. And in fact, if we look at successful change through the lens of neuroscience, we build these brain pathways one small action at a time, where we continuously engage in that action, right? So one small step done multiple times a day is going to move me further towards change than one big leap. And that's how our neural pathways are created, are those small sustained steps and actions. And so thinking about that this morning, thinking about goals you have personally, professionally, I think about this. I've been part of a partnership where we're building really a brand new pathway of engagement and this very new program, and how we can be at the blueberry and judge ourselves for being the blueberry because we're not the watermelon. But what expectation? Why did we put that on ourselves? It's not natural to be that yet. We will develop into that. How do we first engage our brain, our self-talk, our compassion, our mindfulness towards being the plum, right? How do we set these sustained steps for ourselves and bring compassion and grace and gratitude with us along the way, which is much more likely to get us over to our goal? So hope you stuck with me this morning through all that fructose. I brought said watermelon and blueberry into the practice with us this morning. My kids don't get this for breakfast, because I wanted to use it as a demonstration to really look at that in real time of the size difference and how we build in love and compassion on our pathway. So with that, let's close our eyes. Take a soft gaze if you wish. Either one is fine. Find your breath in your body this morning. And just welcome yourself to this practice, to this amazing day, to this space that you're in as you move towards your goal. That there isn't just simply not having the goal and then having obtained the goal. That there is this beautiful journey in between, and so much to learn about ourselves, so much practicing of mindfulness and self-compassion and gratitude along our path. So just noticing where all that is settling with you this morning. Being able to identify where we're at in that path is a practice of mindfulness, of getting present. And so we're going to continuously build that muscle to be able to observe, I'm here. Look at all the work I've done. It's okay not to be at the finish line yet. Of course, you're not at the finish line yet. Bring your breath into your body, feeling it deepen. Moving from just the upper breath, shoulder area, your upper chest, purposefully allowing your diaphragm to move by softening your belly. Bringing your breath in as fully and slowly as possible, feeling your belly expand. As your diaphragm drops, making more room for your lungs to expand, and holding that space for just a second. And then slowly feeling the compression of the diaphragm moving up, belly moves up, and the breath slowly falls out of the lungs, out through your mouth, as though you have a straw in your lips. And if you're bringing a goal to mind, something that you're working on, a process you're in, see if you can identify, where are you in that pathway? Are you a blueberry? Maybe you're an elderberry. Maybe you're a seed. Where are you? And you can fill in more fruit along the way. And see if you can just bring joy into that, let's say, status. See if you can invite joy and acceptance and love and gratitude into that space that you are in. And noticing any judgment that might be creeping in, like, oh, I've been here too long, it's taking me, I should be over there further along. Just noticing that and then returning to joy. So we don't have to necessarily cut out the bruised portions, right? We can just notice it. Oh, yeah, that's there. That judgment is there. There's something in me that says I should be moving along more quickly. I should have achieved more by now. I'm just going to see it. And then I'm going to bring my attention back to gratitude and compassion and joy. You might even invite some thought around, what have I already achieved? What have I already done? And again, observe your mind as it judges whether it's worthy to note. I've had the idea. I've decided to do it. I've told others about it. I've made small steps. Or I'm giving myself time to learn, to explore. What have I already done? And again, just focusing on that joy, that gratitude. And then moving yourself into your present status, wherever you are in this journey of achieving your goal. Noticing it. What are you doing? I'm contemplating it. I'm journaling about it. I've paused unintentionally or intentionally. Where am I right now? Maybe you visualize that. And then you turn towards the watermelon. Turn towards the attainment of the goal. And again, through that lens of support and joy and gratitude and compassion and grace and mindfulness, how do you want to move forward? Noticing how so many voices of others creep into our brains. There's a lot of shoulds. Just noticing those. And instead saying, what's my right path? What's the next right step for me? And that it's probably not the watermelon, right? It's the pathway towards the watermelon. So maybe the next step is an apricot, a cherry. What's the next natural progression step forward? Building a pathway of awareness and success on our way to the goal. When we do that, we activate our empathy network, our caregiving networks of our brain. The part of our brain that is more resilient and is more likely to help us recover when we experience failure. and in opposition when we shame ourselves, when we judge ourselves. We activate our analytic networks, the part of our brain that says, this hurts, let's just stop. And we're less likely to succeed. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment as we close this practice. Considering where you are and how you can mindfully move forward. And with that, let's open our eyes and come back together. Thanks for being here, everyone. I hope as you eat your fruits and vegetables today, you think of this. Take care.